Good morning, and welcome to today's Q&A. It's Q&A, do we think? If you have questions, put them in, but we're joined as ever by Jana Green, the UK's #1 conscious manifestation coach.
Hello, guys.
How
Hi,
are you
guys.
this morning, Jana?
Very busy, but cool. I have such a busy day ahead of me. It's going to be ridiculous, but
I
great.
know. It's Christmas is a busy time for everyone, really. So maybe that's a good thing we can talk about because everybody's going to be busy and feeling the stress of it. Shall we get cracking on that, or do you want to wait for people to join us?
We can wait for a couple more people. Yeah. What do you have planned for Christmas?
I haven't really thought about it yet. I'm that busy. I haven't thought about it. To be fair, we'll have a few the parents round and the usual, but we don't really think about it until a bit closer.
Okay. Yeah.
To be fair.
I already have everything sorted out, so no major surprises, which is good. I like it that way.
We like nice, simple family Christmas is what we do. It's nothing too grandiose or anything. It's nice and simple. Gets too
which is good.
stressful, doesn't it, if you put too much into it?
No, there's no need. It's it's slightly festive, but same days like any other. You know, I don't see why I should get drained just because it's Christmas. I don't think that was the whole point of Christmas.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll get cracking on it. What would you suggest then? How do people not get stressed and overwhelmed with it all?
I think that people spend way too much money, which gets them into troubles, and they stress about it in December and January because there's no funds usually, and it gives them really bad start to the year. There's no need for hundreds of presents. That's not the point of Christmas. There's no need to have everything done perfectly. That's not the point of Christmas. There's no need to have, too much food and slave over it. That's also not the point of Christmas. I think that people really are missing what Christmas is about. It's peaceful, kind time to reflect on oneself and on the world around us. And that's usually not done through tons of food, hectoliters of drinks, and thousands of pounds spent on presents just because I need to show love. That you need to show love says something about your unsorted emotions. It could show that you don't feel loved and you need to get people to like you through buying too many presents. It could show that your priorities in life are not exactly right. It could show all sorts of things, but Christmas can get very emotional for lots of people, but there's no need. It's a time of happiness and calmness, and not time of stress and tears. Good morning. Stress, tears, unpleasantries, and family fights, and oh, I have to see my family, although it's going to be horrible. No, that's not the whole point. You make your Christmas the way you want them. You don't do it for other people. You need to be happy, calm, collected. If it gives you too much stress, you're not doing it right, just like everything else. Just like manifesting, just like anything else. If it stresses you out too much, you're not doing it right. So, I think that lots of people need to reconsider what Christmas is for, what it's about, and how not to get into major debt, how not to stress out, how not to overeat and then feel guilty or sick, how not to drink too much. And it all comes down to having the right priorities in life and having your emotions sorted out. Because if you don't, this is going to be a most miserable time of the year. But for happy people, it's good. It's the happiest time of the year. So again, we are stuck between two choices. Which one are you going to make it? The happy one or the miserable, stressed out, I'm in debt one. I mean, we all have choices and we make every second of our lives. So, just reconsider how you feel about things. That's really important.
Well, okay. So, but when your reality is the exact
Yeah.
opposite, that's the thing. Somebody's going to sort of say, that's all well and good in theory, but when the whole world, like even when you sit back and relax, what's being thrown in people's faces is awful. So it's hard to, I guess, think of that. That's
No, it isn't. That's the way. That's one particular thought pattern. But you have a chance to have completely different thought pattern and say nothing's being thrown at me, and what someone else's stuff doesn't come anywhere near me, and the world is wonderful, and I can handle anything. So I'm gonna ignore 3D. I'm gonna ignore COVID. I'm gonna ignore everything else. I'm just gonna have fun and enjoy it anyway, which is what healthy people do. That's the healthy way to go about things. The unhealthy way to go about things is, oh my god, and I cannot do this and I have to do that, and COVID, and my Christmas is spoiled. Well, you have a choice, just like anyone on this planet has a choice to ignore 3D or to get involved in it, to have toxic people around or not to have toxic people around, to spend too much money on presents or not to spend too much money on presents. It doesn't. When you say things are being thrown at me, that sounds like you're not in control of your life. You need to say, I'm in control of my life and I dictate what's thrown at me and what I don't care about, what I ignore. We are not victims. We say what goes. But if we have a victim personality that stuff keeps happening to me, then, well, it will always keep happening to you. And you will have a really hard time managing and flowing through your life, because life doesn't happen to you. You create it. So be very careful about what you create. Just like manifesting, your Christmas will be manifestation of your thoughts. If it's stressful and unpleasant and slightly toxic, and at the end of the year, "Oh, thank God it's over," then you're doing things wrong. You have wrong thoughts, you have wrong beliefs. But if you're like, oh my God, I can wait Christmas, it's gonna be such fun. I'm enjoying this. This is and the build. I'm enjoying the build up, and I enjoy the candles, and I enjoy how this tree smells, and I enjoy spending time with friends, and this is nice, and this is gonna be so. I'm gonna get rest. I'm gonna have time for what I want to do. Yay! I can't wait. Well, then you're doing it right. But if you don't have this attitude, you're not doing it right, and you need to reconsider why. And it will be because I'm obliged to do this. I'm obliged to do this. I'm obliged to meet with my family I don't like. No, you're not obliged. You make decisions, and your results are a reflection of your decisions and of your thought processes. That's all. It's not that difficult. So it's not like you don't have a chance to make choices. You always do, because you create your life. No one else does that for you. The universe doesn't do it for you. Your parents don't do it for you. Your friends don't do it for you. You do it every single time. So focus on what you want and don't focus on what you don't want. Because if I focus on what I don't want, I'm going to multiply it and bring more of that into my reality. But if I ignore it, it has to die out. It's that easy.
and that works for everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely everything. Ah, awesome, guys. So it must be a busy day for everyone because we're not so thriving in here today. There's only a few, so they must be all Christmas shopping already.
Yeah, people are busy. They're going to come to us later on.
Yeah, they'll watch the replay. Do we have any struggles for those that are here that you want Jana to help you out with? Well, we have the time. Now's the perfect time to get your questions asked. Your
Yeah.
struggles smashed through right now.
Yeah, and if you want to, I can answer some of your questions. But back to Christmas. It's a celebration morning. We are here listening intently. Fantastic, great. Um, you know, um, oh, it's one of those that Facebook doesn't show you people coming on. It's one of those. So people are there that you just can't see it because Facebook has issues again. What a surprise. Christmas. Why don't you write down a list of how you want your Christmas ideally to be? Write down a list of how you want your Christmas to be ideally. What you want to happen. How does it feel? How does it go? What happens? and start imagining it. Just like everything else, manifesting works for everything, and you should be using it for every sphere of your life. So what is it going to be? I want peaceful, I get lovely presents, and people are nice to me, and I'm nice to people, and everything's working out, and I don't gain weight. I just maintain mine while I'm having fun, and the food worked out great, and the TV's good, and there are lots of activities, and I get lovely walks in nature, and we go for a lovely trip, and I read amazing book, and I watch all the movies I collected during the year and didn't have time to watch, and I will finally learn my Spanish, and I'm gonna start thinking about how I'm gonna spend holidays next year, and I'm gonna start thinking about do I want to start business because I need a little more money, so what would I like to do ideally, and you start dreaming, because these dreams, if done properly, have to manifest. So why don't you manifest your Christmas the way you want them to be? Why don't you manifest the people in your Christmas the way you want them to be? So instead of unpleasant mother-in-law, just manifest a pleasant one. Say to yourself, she's going to be nice. She's not going to dig into me. She's going to be lovely. She will be only pleasant. She will just be sheer pleasure to be around. Same thing about other people you think you have to see, but you don't. But you think you're obliged to see, and it's not going to go well. Well, either ignore them or manifest them the way you want them to be: pleasant, kind, considerate, happy, smiling. You have all those powers. You know you can do it. So why don't you just start making life creating life according to you? It's not that you don't have a choice. It's not that you're given stuff that you have to put up with. No, you create it. Please be mindful of that. You create everything in your life 24/7. So, just start imagining, start writing down lists how you want it to be. Hello. Uh, Start writing down exactly what you want to happen. There's 2 weeks of Christmas and a New Year. Why don't you take pen and paper and make a list of things you want to happen? And by the 1st of January, go through the list and tick off everything what actually did happen. And you may be just surprised. But again, if you don't know what you want, how do you expect to get it? Hello. Yeah. If you don't know what you want, how do you expect to get it? I'm maybe slight mind reader, but not completely, not always. The universe is not a mind reader. If you don't know what you want, you will not get it. So make a Christmas brief. Christmas and New Year's brief. What do I want? And make one for how you want your Christmas to go. And then, how do you want your 2021 to go? Have you thought about having plans for 2021? Have you thought about what you want to accomplish? Have you thought about how you want to look, how much you want to weigh, what your body looks like, how much you want to make, who you want to be with, where you want to travel, what your experiences are like, what you study? Have you made a list? If not, how do you expect your 2021 to go if you don't know what you expect from it? So you have lots of writing writing to do, guys. Lots of lists to make. Yeah, so one Christmas list, how does my Christmas go? And one list about what do I expect from 2021? What do I want? Very specifically, I want extra 20,000 pounds. I want to go to Egypt, and then I want to go to New York. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to change my hair color. I'm making stuff up now. I want to have my eyebrows done. I want microblading. Or I want, permanent makeup. Or I want to meet the man of my dreams. Or I want to fall pregnant. Or I want a kitten. Or I want a puppy. And, and I want a Ferrari. And I know that, blah, 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 blah. Anything you can imagine. Put that down on a list, because again, if you write it down, you're much closer to manifesting it than if you didn't, because unbelievable stuff happens between the connection of the brain and your hand. Your chance of getting what you want is 42% higher if you write it down in hand. So why don't you start using pen and paper? I do it every night. I get so much stuff, it's ridiculous. I tick off 10 things a day I wanted to manifest. I have, 15 pages of stuff what I want, and I'm ticking almost everything instantly. Just because my brain's paying attention to it because I say exactly what I want. Big goals, small goals, free cake and 100 million. You know, that's how it works. So fantastic. We have some comments. That's a great idea. Manifesting the perfect Christmas day. I would never thought of that. Yes, exactly. How does it go? Because if you don't manifest it, if you do not make an effort to make it great, it could be, oh my God, that person's here. Oh, that's gonna be difficult. Or oh, I'm sure I'm gonna burn the turkey. It's gonna be one of those. So don't manifest it the way you want to. Easy. And another one. Today I'm manifesting good news from my boyfriend. He's got this court case today about excess with his children, with his kids. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Manifest that. And even if it doesn't happen, that's just a bridge of incidents. That doesn't mean it will not happen. Because keep going. Make lists of things you want. Because if you don't know what you want, you cannot get it. You'll just keep getting random stuff you didn't ask for. Well, you did, but subconsciously. The basis of all success is to know what you want. How do I want my Christmas to look like? How do I want my New Year's to look like? How do I want my 2021 look like? And unless you know that very specifically and know exactly, you cannot expect miracles. You need to know what you want. And you need to be specific. Because I'll repeat, I want a big leather white handbag. And I'm sort of thinking Prada, but I don't say it. And there you go, Primark, Matalan for £10. Are you going to be excited? Most likely not. And it's not going to be a leather. I promise you that for £10. So what do you want? Very specifically. It's not that difficult and it's fun because dreaming is fun. Dreaming is great fun. So I encourage everyone to have fantastic Christmas and happy 2021 with knowing exactly what you want. I want to lose 10 kilos. I want to make 150 grand a year. I want to have another baby. I want to have thicker, bigger, longer hair. I want a new boyfriend who actually loves me and adores me. I want, I want, I want. And when you're done, we'll talk this time next year and we'll see everything you manifested because you have to. You just have to. So I hope that made sense. That
I
was a
think
long
so.
speech.
Everybody's like very quiet, so it must be resonating and making sense to people. And it's not new stuff; it's stuff that you do sort of reiterate. So yeah, are there any questions about that?
It's this time of the year. Your main goal of this time of the year is to make up goals and business plans and everything else for next year. If you don't have that, how do you expect things to go? They will not go according to what you want. They will go just randomly because there's no trajectory. You have no goals. You don't know how to get to them. You have no path. You're not creating a path to anything. You're just taking in random stuff. But if you say, I want my main clients to be corporate, I want to charge triple what I charge now, I want to build a franchise, I want to sell my courses in Austria and South Africa and America, or US, and Russia. I want to, yada, yada, yada. I want to find, the best digital marketing person I can find. I want to make enough money, and when I make enough money off my courses, I will put 30% back into advertising, and I'm going to make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger all the time, etc. But if you don't know what you want, you can't get it, and you're just sort of receiving something here, something there. There's no structure to it, and at the end of your life, you may be quite disappointed because you say, this is not what I wanted, but well, you didn't get it because you didn't say, this is what I want. It's that easy. It's not difficult. Yeah. So, anyone's got any questions we could answer? Because I think enough said about
Yeah,
2021 and Christmas.
yeah. We should all go and get our pens and paper. I've been doing that, to be honest, because I want to get ahead. So I already know what's coming in the spring, business sense, and the autumn and the summer. So
Brilliant, brilliant. So when do you become a millionaire? Which month?
January, well, December with any luck. uh, but yeah, so it is nice to see what's coming. Have a bit of a plan.
So we got a question. Is it not important that you write that you have it instead of what I want? Well, no. The first stage is to write down what you want. It doesn't make sense just to say I already have it. You need to write down what you want, and then you make yourself believe. And um, there's stages to it. Yeah. So write down first what you want, think about it, and then you can start affirming and visualizing it. But don't try to be clever and skip all the things because you need to think it through first. Yeah. So that's it. Just write down everything you can think of, decide what you really want, what is more, make priorities, what are the most important things to you, what are things you can live without. Focus mainly on the things you definitely desperately want. Well, you shouldn't want it desperately, but what you really want. And then start imagining, and then start saying, yes, I have this is it, I have created it. Because you have it only when you create. Well, you could say just I've created Brad Mercedes, you can say that, but not very many people are that good at just believing that they can say something and it happens. So write down the list, then start imagining, do the end scenes, dream about it, think about it. And of course, the second you make the end scene, you've created it and it does exist. But not very many people are that far in manifesting that they could just say, I'm writing it down and it has to happen. Not very many people have these knowings and beliefs. So if you're an absolute manifesting star, yeah, but most people won't. So start with the list and then take the proper steps. Like, I know I don't have to write it down. I know I think it and it's going to happen. But I write stuff down anyway. I write stuff down because it pushes me to think. Once I have pen and paper, I don't say, well, I want ice cream. I'll come up with 50 more things because I'm focusing on things I want, and they just start flowing. But when you say stuff, you usually say one thing, and you don't bother with all the other things you have. Especially if you're driving, I sort of just need to focus on driving, and if an idea comes through, great. But the point is, when you focus on what you want, ideas will start coming to your mind, and then you can write them down. That's why successful people have pen and paper by their bedside, in a car, everywhere, because they start getting ideas, and they know how valuable their ideas are and their impulses, so they write it down instantly. Otherwise, we forget it. It's like having a dream. You want to desperately remember what the dream was about. You wake up in the morning and you have no clue, and you're like, why didn't I write it down? Well, because you didn't have pen and paper by your bedside. That's easy. Or you should have I have a recording app on my mobile, and I can record anything at any time. I have dictaphone, so I can catch all my ideas anytime I like. So yeah.
We have a question here. It's worth it. We've got the time. So this week, imagining and saying I have an abundance of money, but I had to spend €400 on the car, and more bills keep on coming. So there's imagining the right things. More bills keep coming. How can I break that cycle?
Well, by not noticing all the bills which are coming. You say you want one thing, but you keep thinking about the opposite. You can't do that.
I think it's more that they're in a like she can't stop what comes through the door, no matter what she's thinking. If bills are coming, bills are coming. She can
Well,
imagine
that and
not
because
having
they're
bills, but the
because
bills
you
are
have
coming.
that belief. You have belief that bills are coming, so they will. But if you stop that and you focus only on Money keeps coming in, money keeps coming in, money keeps coming in. The second you get over 50% of time, you think about uh, bills coming in, and you replace it. You need 50%, ideally 100, but when your majority of the thoughts are money's coming and not bills are coming, it's going to have to switch. But if you're stuck in, I want one thing, but I'm focusing on the other, what you want becomes irrelevant, because what you focus on, you're going to get. So you need to focus on, I'm receiving money, I'm receiving money, I'm receiving money, I'm receiving money, and completely stop talking and ignore the bills. Because you pay so much attention to them that they keep coming. You can't do that. So what do you want to concentrate on, the money or the bills? You have a choice. If you focus on the bills, you're going to get more of them. If you focus on the money, you're going to get more of the money. And the bills will subside. Or you will have so much money that you will not care that the bills are coming. This is this is thinking from the lack. This is thinking from the lack, because when you're threatened that your bills are coming, what you're saying to yourself, to your brain and the universe is, I don't have money. Money is scarce. What do you think you're going to manifest? I don't have money. Money is scarce. So, you're stuck between two thought patterns, between two beliefs. I want money. Money's coming abundantly to me, and I have no money because I keep getting bills. Which one do you think is gonna win? Which one do you think is stronger? So no wonder the bills keep coming, and you're not manifesting the big amounts of money. Because what is the main thing about being rich? When you're rich, Sam, if you had today, if you had £2 million and 10 bills came to you today, and they were all like, you know, 50 pounds, £100, £1,000, would you be disturbed or bothered?
Well, no, because it wouldn't be a problem when the money's there. Nobody's worried about bills when you've got the money to pay them. It's only when the money's not there that you worry about bills.
Yeah, and what did you just tell me?
I'm just saying how it is. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you had 2 million, you wouldn't be worrying about bills. But if you haven't got 2 million in the bank, you're going to worry about bills.
Yeah, but you're taking it from 3D. You're not taking it from manifesting point of view. You're talking logic. You're not talking.
Yeah, logically, yeah. If you've got 2 million, then of course bills ain't a problem. Nothing's a problem.
Yeah, and if you want to be rich, you need to pretend and treat everything as if you already had your money. If you already had your money, you would not be paying attention to your bills because they would not be a problem. You need to imagine, if you want to be rich, you already need to behave as if you were rich, which means no moaning over bills. And you can do that even when you don't have money. You just say, it has to be paid, has to be paid. That's fine. You need to take the bad emotions and working from the lack out of it, because you're not going to manifest money otherwise. The whole point of manifesting is to behave as if you already have what you want. So if it's SB, you don't wait for him to text me. You say, oh, what are we going to have for dinner tonight? Gee. Oh, he loves steak. Yeah, I need to make steak. That's how you'd think. And you wouldn't wait for a text, because why would he text you when you know he's coming home at 6 p.m. from work? You need to behave as if you already have it. But saying, I want some money, and I'm manifesting money is abundant, but bills. You're not behaving as if you already had your money. And that's the funny thing about manifesting. You need to behave as if you already had what you want. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So I get it. I'm not stupid. I may be blonde, but I'm not stupid. I get that the money is scarce and it's Christmas and it's worrying. I completely get it. We all been there at some point. But is it helpful? No. Is it going to get you the money you want? No. So you have to push yourself, think, okay, I'm not freaking out. It's just bills. It has to be paid. I will manage it somehow. And it's not a problem because I'm a millionaire. And once you switch your thinking, the bills will come down, or you'll get so much more money that you will not worry about it. Yeah? Awesome insights. Oh, awesome insights, Jana. Thank you. Excellent. You only have to write it once. Yeah, you only have to write it once. I write my list on the 1st of January. I write, it's a tradition of mine. During December, I gather what I want next year to happen on the 1st of January because it's peaceful and, I'm not going crazy on the 31st anyway. And I don't drink alcohol. So, I'm have a nice peaceful day. I put a list of everything I want to happen in 2021, and I'll write it down and I'll put it somewhere and I'll check it a year later. I do not look at it the whole year, just leave it alone. And the shock of crossing absolutely everything on that list. Wow, what an excitement. Absolutely excited. Fantastic. Another realization from that for me. Excellent. Hey guys, I just joined and first thing I heard was money is coming. Money is coming. 2 million pounds. I'll take that as a sign. Thank you, Anna. Of course. It's of course brilliant. Oh, that was great timing. I love it. Yes, you have to have an abundance mindset no matter how much money you currently have. Absolutely. Yeah. You cannot, if you're saying, I have too many bills, what are you doing? You're going against the rules of manifesting, which say ignore 3D, insist on your imagination. So when you say, but the bills are coming and I'm freaking out, you're not ignoring 3D and you're not insisting on your abundance. Yeah. Very careful. Uh, Makes perfect sense. I'm going to write it down too. Excellent. So I think we've done our job today. I think we got lots of people excited about Christmas and New Year's.
Definitely. I think everyone should go about their day a little bit smarter today.
What about our daily manifestations? Do you write these down on a daily basis? Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do. I do that. I didn't do it for all ages, and then I thought I'm telling everyone to do it, so I'll start again. So I don't, and I found it actually really calming and happy because it's a me time for my thoughts, for what I want, and I'm developing my imagination more and more. I'm beginning to write down absolutely the most unbelievable things I can come up with, just because if I can imagine, apparently I can have it. Someone said to me. I wonder who that was. Yeah. So yeah, of course you do. I was in that same situation. Stop thinking about the bills. Exactly. Stop thinking about the bills. The second you do that, you're gonna start being in the abandoned state. Otherwise, well, it's not gonna happen. Currently going through solicitor with contact agreement with him, and he wants kids to meet 3P. He thinks that is what is happening. That is not my reality. Why are you paying attention to 3P? Don't pay attention to it and focus on what you want and don't focus on what you don't want. Easy. Guys, you just need to learn the rules of manifesting, which I say all the time are explained in a great detail in the paid group in a 30-day video program, which explains exactly and very properly and um, fantastically what you need to do, what the rules are, and what you cannot do, what you have to do. Yeah, fantastic. We are over the time limit again. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is important. Please listen to it from the beginning. There are very important messages about Christmas, very important, which you need to grasp if you want this the end of the year to go well. Yeah, so please watch that again, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow at 4. And have a great time. Yeah,
And see
thanks a
you
lot.
VIP
Bye.
pro group, 9 o'clock,
Yep.
coffee. And see you later.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.